Hey everybody, it's Ryan. Welcome back to How Farms Work. We are in the 8235R. We have the last load of corn that we are going to be harvesting today in the grain cart. So we're going to switch over to beans. Basically, we just harvested a little bit, pretty much just one strip here at the main farm until noon or so, until we got all of the moisture, or as much moisture as we could get out of the beans. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head back. The bean head is sitting to the left of the machine shed up there. We're going to drop the corn head off, switch over to the bean head, convert the combine, and then we're going to start harvesting beans. So we can start harvesting the beans. Where we're going to go with them is to the 10,000 bushel grain bin or the small suke-up bin. So we just kind of want to get out in there and see what the moisture is doing. I'm actually kind of impressed with what the moisture is doing here in the corn. When we first started, it was running 18%. And that's pretty good considering a moisture test we had done a couple days ago said the corn was right around 20. So we're gonna head up there, switch the combine over, and start harvesting some beans. So we're about to get started. We got the moisture tester right here. We're hoping for 13%. Travis just talked to Andrew and he said the farm that he was on was running 17, but a few towns over they were running 13, and 13 was what we're wanting. But if not, if the beans can't go, we'll just have to switch back to corn and keep harvesting corn for the rest of the day until the beans dry up. So here is the main farm. You can tell that we have mostly one variety, but we also have a few acres of another variety. Looks like we have 73.07 acres of S21 W8X and 5 acres of S20 J5X. .2. 13.2%. We need it to be 13. What we're going to do is we're going to take a 5-gallon pail of what we dumped into the M&W wagon, and we're going to take it over to the local feed store and have them test it for themselves and see what they come up with. Basically, if we can run, we want to, because they're calling for rain again this weekend. So it'd be nice to at least get some beans out. So I'm gonna grab a 5-gallon pail out of my truck and take it back, and we're gonna take it over there. So we tried combining some soybeans earlier today. We did one pass around a part of a strip, and we took a moisture sample out of the bin of the combine. And the moisture tester that we have said that it was over 14% moisture. And we weren't totally sure if we were gonna keep going, let it go another day and test it again. When we started to unhook the bean head to go back to corn, Travis said, you know, why don't we take it over to the feed stores farm? They'll test the moisture on a calibrated moisture tester, and then we'll know for sure, you know, what the grain elevator will be reading. So we did, and come to find out that the moisture was sitting right at 13.1, and the moisture needs to be 13%. So 13.1 is close enough to where we can harvest. So we kept harvesting, and we just got the 82 full. We have the M&W wagon up on top of the hill full, and we've got a partial load in the 46, I think. But I'm gonna take it back, find Dad, and we got to get these loaded because in the morning the grain truck is coming to pick up another load, and then tomorrow we can continue harvesting soybeans. It's getting kind of to crunch time to where we really need to start harvesting beans, being is that it's the third week in October and we just started harvesting beans today. So yeah, moisture in beans goes down pretty quick, especially when they're getting hit by the sunlight. Yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, I had taken some of my beans and I did the crunch test on them, and I guesstimated that they were around 16% or north of that, and they could be. But here on the main farm, which is usually what we tend to plant first, the moisture is low enough to where we can harvest. So I'm gonna take the 46 out and go find Dad. Can't say I didn't warn him. Well, we just loaded the semi. Now he's just pulling out the driveway. I'm not totally sure when he'll be back, but if we're gonna harvest soybeans, it's gonna be a while. So parked the 82 out in the field for now. Once the ground dries up, we'll start harvesting beans again. We gotta wait for the sun to boil off all the dew and the frost that's currently on the ground. You can see on the corn there that we got quite a bit of frost last night. So I'm gonna head down to the post office. I got sweatshirts to send out, and then we're gonna start harvesting again. So it's 11:30 now. The dew and the frost is now off of the soybeans and it is going through. So they just started their first round this morning. We are going to head up and get the first load of beans, and just hopefully the grain truck will come this afternoon. Not totally sure. Kind of depends on how fast we can fill all the grain carts back up and everything and have another load ready to go. So let's go on up there. The truck is on its way. We don't have a full load on the grain carts, but fortunately we did load the grain wagons. So Travis is pulling down the auger right now. He's in the 4020 down there. You probably can't even see him. But he's gonna back the 4020 up with the auger into where the grain truck can back under it. And we're gonna unload from the grain wagons. And I'm gonna unload what's in here as well. I'm not totally sure if he'll come back today. Probably not. Maybe tonight, but we really haven't gotten that much harvested, and he's on his way already, which is good because the more grain that we can move off the farm, the better. So let's head back in, and he said that the grain truck should be here imminent, or any moment, so let's head back. So Andrew just bought us an RTK globe for the combine, so we'll have a more accurate yield estimate. That's pretty nice. But he's headed off. He's got the weigh wagon. Looks like he's going to be doing some calibrations this afternoon. So I just went back out to the combine, got another dump, which is like a quarter load in this. But hopefully that should top off the semi, and he can head back down to the grain elevator. Well, we're gonna try to finish beans at the main farm relatively soon. I'm not totally sure how much he has left, but right now it looks like everything up here is done. We got a strip, at least one strip over there, and then we have the block of the old pasture down here. Other than that, I don't know. I think that we could have this, we should be able to have this farm done by tomorrow. But we'll just have to wait and see. I just got the Easy Trail filled up. Now that leaves us with just the Easy Trail grain cart to fill yet. And then we're kind of teetering on the edge of whether or not to back the auger up to the grain bin and start dumping the beans in one of the smaller bins. They are calling for rain tomorrow, but we're not totally sure whether that'll keep us out of the fields too long. I don't think it will, because they aren't saying a lot of rain, but who knows. If we do get some moisture, we might just have to switch back to corn. But the semi is coming in again in the morning, so we're gonna have to at least leave the carts full. So we're gonna have to fill up the Easy Trail and then just kind of decide on, you know, how much longer we're gonna keep harvesting, depending on how fast the grain cart fills up. Because once the sun goes down, the beans do start to get a little tough, and we don't want to plug the combine. So I'm gonna go back this in the shed for now. Actually, I'm probably just gonna pull it up near the buildings, and then if we decide to switch over and dump them into the grain bin, we can do that. So gonna go grab the 4640 and then head back up.
Good night, Ryan.
Why don't you?
Good night, Ryan.
Be sure to tell them to like, comment, and subscribe.
You know that look, folks? You see that look right there? That's the look of you're about to die.
Ah, yes. The calm before the storm. Unfortunately, I am pretty sure that we're going to get rained on tomorrow, and that is going to kick us out of the field for doing beans for at least a day, depending on how much it rains. I heard that we're supposed to get around 1/10 of an inch. We're going to get back into doing corn as soon as possible if it does, because the beans love to soak up moisture, and it's that moisture that we do not want. The beans have been running about 13.5, somewhere in there so far, and that is pretty much perfect for what we want. And the beans have been running great so far. Unfortunately, the farm that we've been harvesting of beans is our best producing farm. So the farm has been producing 74.9 average across all of the strips so far, and that is pretty darn good. But we'll have to see what the rest of the fields do. I try not to get my hopes up too much because, like I said, that is kind of our best producing farm, and we always expect that to do the best. So back in 2016, I had seen a 71 average across all of the fields that I had, and that was a pretty darn good year for beans. But we'll just have to see what the weather does, and it's kind of getting to crunch time because it's past the middle of October, and we have hardly gotten any beans out. Well, I can't totally say that, I guess. We did get the one farm mostly done of beans, but we still have so much more to do. And I would have to say that we've done probably 35, 40 acres of beans, and that's nowhere close to being done. So I think it's going to be a late year that we're going to be in the fields again, but we'll just have to wait and see. So I did get my hats back in stock. That means that we are going to be resuming our giveaways. for the How Farms Work hats. And be sure to stay tuned. I'm probably going to be giving away a How Farms Work sweatshirt some point during harvest. I'm not totally sure when I'm going to be doing that yet. So it'll probably be on a normal Sunday video. Just kind of stay tuned. So with that, be sure to comment down below for a chance to win a How Farms Work hat. I'll announce the winner either in Wednesday's or next Sunday's video. And just kind of stay tuned. With that, I'll let you all go. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check out all of our other ones. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, all How Farms Work. And with that, I'll see you next time.